Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. Well, hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Awesome day. Hello, Mr. Kyle. I'll have our nameplates up there. I didn't do that. I should have been doing that. Oh, your dogs sound like they want to say hi.
Yes.
They're having a good day. That's good.
My
As you
pug
see,
and my lab husky mix.
oh,
Yeah.
very loud husky mix in this place to be. But man, it's nice to see you. Do you have a headline of the week?
Yes. Merchandising.
Ooh, all right. We'll talk more about that in a second. Mine is I made like 1,000% profit today.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah. What do you got? Tell me about your
Oh,
merchandising.
I'm now over a year with my podcast. So why not try to make money off of it? So I've opened up my own online store, which has merchandise for the Mutant Football League podcast.
That's good. I saw that. I assume because of your merchandising, you had to change your logo. Was that a true statement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike said we can, but there's a lot of licensing agreements that I got to
Yeah.
sign and legals, and he's got a whole team. But he actually said I can use it for limited edition, but I got to take them down when he has sales. So I said, might as well just make my own and
Yeah.
run with it.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. I said when I saw that, I was like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna have a talking to."
Yo, yeah,
But
it was
other
really quick too.
Yeah. Well, no, because that's their money, so it's like they yeah, makes sense. That's very cool. As I said, you got all kinds of good stuff. You got the hoodies, you got the hats, you got it all.
Oh
So
yeah,
now you just need your Kyle Peffers Nike shoe. So
I'd rather do an Air Jordan than a Nike.
well, I mean, I I don't know how. I mean, I was pushing it that you get a Nike contract, but
Wow,
you want to be able to get a Jordan contract. You're like that's like the elite of Nike. It's like okay, all right,
I'll be
at
fine with
least you're
Adidas.
dreaming. I mean, you can actually get somebody to create a limited edition Air Force One for you that had your stuff, and they would actually make the art and then make 20 pairs or 100 pairs or whatever you want. For
Oh,
your
that would be
situation,
bad.
I say do like 10 pairs and be like, these are original edition. But
Right.
anyways, this is so when I talked about my 1,000% profit, had nothing to do with my limited edition Scout shoe. Which I don't have them. They're on the floor
You have
somewhere.
Scout shoes?
Oh, I do. Let's see.
Oh,
I have.
no
I,
way.
they're not limited edition. I have one pair of Scout shoes.
Well, that is limited edition,
Yeah, no, I have.
collector's edition.
If you've watched the show, you've seen it in the background. I don't think I ever mentioned that I have
Oh,
them.
that's the shoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I have like a full like graffiti shoe. It has my name, and then on the other side it has like graffiti, and so like a spray can. So it's pretty cool.
That's dope.
But yeah, no, as I said, I got those made forever ago. I need to get them touched up, and my foot barely fits in them anymore, or they never really fit in there. So
Listen,
it's what it is.
Cinderella, you gotta find your Prince Charming to get those shoes to fit.
I know. But I wear a size 14 shoe, and I think they're 12.
Ooh,
So, yeah, but it was the best. It was a. I needed to find a shell toe, and it's not an easy process when you're only shopping at Goodwill.
right.
So, I wasn't gonna buy a brand new shoe. I should have actually. Now that I consider it, I should have.
He is now making his shoes, folks. Give him time.
No, I'm trying to figure out what I'm sending. Like, Sorry. My bad. I know I'm live. I'm just tripping. People are important. People important are texting me, and so they get
Priorities?
priority. So
Yeah.
1,000%. So I actually bought some toys at Goodwill for like $3.50, and I've sold. So it was a bag of probably 100 toys,
Okay.
and I've sold three of them for more than $40.
Oh,
So
now, did you go to the Pawn Stars in Las Vegas and talk to them to get this price?
no, no. Well, they were like, I actually have them. I shipped them out later today, or tomorrow. But like, this is like a 1984 Dolphin
Whoa.
machine. This is a transformer before the Transformers. It's a GoBot.
Yup.
So he transforms into an airplane, and into a robot, and into a car.
That is
But my
sweet.
favorite one is this right here, my man. Look at this. This right here
Oh,
is. You know what it is?
no, but I've seen it before.
It's a helmet for a Centurion, which is 1986 Jenner, like GI Joe, like a big Barbie-sized wrestling figure, and
Right?
this alone went for more
I think
than for about $15.
I was gonna say it's probably $15-20 right
Yeah.
there.
Um. Yeah. So this one is crazy. I haven't even posted this one yet. This one is a GoBot's transform, a, like just a suit. You see that? That's so crazy.
Yep.
That can go for $20 to $40.
Right?
Crazy. But yeah, so I
Totally.
still have a bunch of other ones. This one did not sell. Right here, the vintage 1984 Fisher Price uh, astronaut. But that's okay. We'll try again.
They
So
found your side hustle now.
yeah, no. Well, the thing is I already shop for my kids in general.
Right.
And so my kid has great taste. As you see all my lightsabers in the back of my thing. Have you seen those?
Yep.
Yeah. So I even have the dark saber. So from the Mandalorian. But yeah, so my son has great taste in some of the toys that he's just picked out. Like there's a I have a General Grievous laser
Right.
from I think Attack of the Titans, Attack of the Clones, but it
Yep.
was from that time. That bad boy goes for $40, and I'm like, okay, people are crazy. Um,
I
so
can't say much because once my son ungrows his Godzilla figures, I told him they're coming back to me, and I will buy a shelf just specifically for them.
yeah, no, it's crazy how it goes. It's like yeah, I said Hot Wheels. I picked up a bunch of Hot Wheels, and some of those would go for crazy prices. So I just
Yep.
laughed. I'm like, okay, I don't understand. And that's what my son's about right now is Hot Wheels. So one of my friends they posted that they were. I assume you've already done this, but they posted that they started the Millennium Falcon for Legos.
Right.
And I was like, I have a 2-year-old, so that wouldn't work. But the moment she's old enough for me to have a giant Lego Star Wars Lego sets, oh, I will have them set up and ready to go for my son. For my
Oh, of
son, of
course.
course,
Of course.
because I'm a great dad.
Yeah.
Um,
See, what my brother used to do is he bought two sets of everything. One that he would open and play with, and then another one that he'd keep in the case forever.
that's a smart move. Such there are definitely things that I. What is probably the most expensive thing you threw away?
My Hess trucks.
Your what trucks?
My Hess trucks.
Okay.
My aunt used to give us, me and my brothers, Hess trucks every year for Christmas from 1988 to 2001.
Oh man.
And I've been looking them up at online right now. They go for like $500 a piece,
Yeah. I mean.
unopened, in the box, untouched. She knew.
Yeah. I I don't know if there's anything that I like. I mean, definitely my gaming systems, right? I really
Right?
wish I had my Nintendo. Not so much my Sega. Nobody's buying that. But my Super Nintendo, my N64, and all my games for all of my Nintendo systems. Oh man, I wish that I
Well, who would have
Yeah,
thought
those.
when we're growing up that retro would come back and those systems would be a thing again?
No, no one knew that. But my GameCube, oh my gosh, I wish. And I threw it away because I didn't have space at the time.
Right?
So yeah, it's just us two, Jaime. You can always just pop on if you want, because I love you, and because you're Jaime. So, but you're probably driving, so you probably can't. But if you can't, if you want to, you're definitely welcome to come. Um,
About to
so
drive home.
yep. But yeah. Well, then there you go. But that's okay. Yeah, it's just us. But we still have fun. We have a fun quiz planned that we're gonna do. That both of us have no idea what the answer is, and it should be weird. It's a wrestling themed quiz today.
Especially with
Kyle.
Forbidden Door last night,
Yeah, with Forbidden Door. Did you
which
enjoy?
was phenomenal. I enjoyed it a
Did you
lot.
expect? Did you expect the mystery guy? Did you expect that it was going to be who it was? We're gonna.
No,
Oh, guys, we're gonna have an AEW spoilers because it's only me and Kyle here, and Jaime doesn't care. So did you expect it to be who it was?
no, I did not.
Did you
I
think it was going to
expect.
be Johnny?
I was thinking it was Johnny or Bray.
Yeah,
With
but
him now changing the Wyatt Six and everyone now thinking that's part of the Dark Order, I did not expect it was going to be Cesaro.
yeah, and then it's Cesaro, which that dude's name. I mean, I don't understand how that ever was even a thing. His name in real, like even before he was Cesaro, it's like wow. I know that's his real name, but like that's a rough wrestling name.
Right.
Claudio Katz and
Joe's.
Gogo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he's an amazing wrestler. So I'm excited that he gets this opportunity, and I hope they use him. Um, it's like that's fine. Now I do get a little concerned when women wrestlers leave WWE, like like Sasha. Like there's you're not AEW is not the place for ladies wrestling. Um,
She can
it's
just stand back and sit back with Snoop Dogg and she'd be
yeah,
perfectly fine.
yeah. Oh, and she's definitely going to be in the Mandalorian now.
Yeah.
So just do your thing, Sasha. Don't stress. Don't be trying to get on to. You'd be better off going to a women's wrestling performance promotion than not going
Right.
to.
Because they
It's
got
just
WoW.
yeah, those are
Well,
fun ones. She would have fun in like Japan doing that stuff. Yeah, that'd be
but
fun.
my feeling is Forbidden Door would have been better with less of the injuries.
Well, you can't
Like,
control injuries.
right. Well, I mean, like I said, it's like somebody that I talked to is compared AEW right now to WCW 2000. They had great storylines, but they had no one to use them with.
Yep. Well, that's the problem. Is like there people are getting hurt and they can't really do anything with it. Like Forbidden Doors are examples because they're using uh, Japan, but then they lose the guys that have the most awesome stories in that situation. So it's like, ugh.
Right.
And then people are getting hurt, like Cole and all that stuff. It's like, ugh.
I
Yeah,
know Drax could have a separated shoulder,
yeah,
so there he goes. They might have to relinquish the titles if it's as serious
I,
as they think it is.
I feel like um, they have so much. They're good. They literally could just add a guy, like, but it'd be like a not not terribly like a Legion of Doom situation, but
Right.
like a Four Horsemen situation where they just add some other dude or New Day, right? Like, well, New Day
Oh,
never added some other dude, but except for John Cena, which is fine with me. Oh no, I'm sorry. Was it John Cena or Crime Time? It
crime
was
time.
Crime Time. It was John Cena to Crime Time,
Yeah.
but he didn't go to New Day. But yeah, so but you could with those because they're who they are, they could just grab an old school wrestler like them and have them in there. And since they have since they still have Tully, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they Tully, they can just do that. They can even just be like, and they're old school like that because that's how it used to be. Like if your guy got hurt, you still had to be a tag team wrestler, so you just had to
Well,
join.
it's like the old school Freebirds in the 70s.
Yep. And I think it'd be fun. I think there are people out there that would be, I think would be fun is, how about that one dude? Oh man, what is it? But I think he had issues. But what's his name? The singing guy, but his partner back in the day, the one with the
Oh,
mustache.
yeah. He's actually in Impact.
He is? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Not the singing guy, but his partner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's in Impact right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Like that old school art. You know who'd be great is like Mr. Wrestling or Eugene. Uh,
You know what? Now that he's gone, I kind of miss Eugene.
well, no, but just the wrestler. I think he's in NWA right now, actually.
Yeah.
But that guy was always an amazing wrestler. Anyways, probably people don't want us to just randomly talk about this. Let's do our funny quiz. Hopefully, it's funny. If it's not funny, it's Kyle's fault.
Usually is. Story of
But
my life.
it's an open answer question. So if you have no idea what it is, just make up something hilarious. And it's a wrestling type quiz. So I hope you're in the mood for wrestling, guys. If you're not, we don't always talk about wrestling, but today's is how it's gonna go. So, but we'll still do sweet freestyle raps and do other fun stuff. So don't stress about that. Boom, 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 boom. And all right, here we go. Why can't so here's the first question is for you. I have no idea what the answers to these questions are either. Whoever has the most at the end wins. Are you ready, Kyle?
I am. Let's go.
All right. Why can't we be friends? It has something to do with Edge and Christian.
Uh, is it when Christian left the group and started the it's time, Christian, you're finally on your own.
Oh, where he had his own song? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's uh I would think it's because they were vampires and they you can't be friends when you're vampires. You're just sucking each other's blood. That's weird. Weird situation. So
Unless you're making Fox and MGK.
yep. Unless you're them.
Yeah.
The real answer is Edge and Christian started off as in the W as brothers, but upon Christian's return in 2009, they were only acknowledged simply as friends.
You know what? I actually noticed that. It's like, and I remember that, and I was so confused. It's like, no, those two are brothers.
Yeah, I mean they're best friends. They had their Edge and Christian podcast, which was awesome. My daughter's now crying, so she's sad about this also. Um, I'm sorry, you must have been asleep. Was she asleep? Yeah. But yeah, they were best friends. But then they came in as brothers, and then they became friends again. And they never mentioned that they were brothers.
No.
Even now, when they're like the Brood, they don't go, "Oh yeah," and his brother Christian. Uh, um, but yeah, that's very funny. Uh, oh, this is a good one. I don't even know. I might know this answer. You might know this answer. Here's the next one. It's we'll go with you. Mainly since I'm asking the questions, you get to go first every time.
Sure.
Championship material, and it has something to do with the colognes.
Isn't it Bobby Roode?
The colognes
The clone? The clones.
with Carlito and Primo.
Oh.
I gotta
Yeah.
remember not to look at the answer before I answer.
Right.
So, what do you think?
I remember Carlito, and aren't they? They're cousins. I know that.
Yeah, it's something to do with championships.
They were tag team champions, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna go with tag team
Yeah.
champions?
Tag team champions.
I mean, I know that their dad, Carlito's dad, is one of the Puerto Rico's most famed champions, and had his own Puerto Rican wrestling thing. So I know that they're giant champions. So I'm gonna say that they are have the most tag team championships
Yeah.
of all time. The answer is have had the longest title reign of any champions in the WWE since 2008. They held the
Wow.
tag team titles from September 2008 to June 28th, 2009, and a total of 280 days. The second longest reign during that span was Triple H, who held the heavyweight championship for 210 days. Now, probably somebody else has held, I think Roman has held the championship longer than that, but at the time, this was 280 days for a tag team title. That's crazy.
Right.
So, All right, all right. Oh, so I guess I can actually answer the questions too. Actually, it'll save me if I do this. Titleless has something to do with Jake the Snake Roberts. I would say Jake the Snake Roberts never won a
Never won.
title.
Yeah, and
Never won it.
he prided himself that he was bigger than the championship. You came
Yeah,
to see him and not him being the guy because he was better than the guy.
I think the real reason he was never the champion is because nobody wanted to make a belt of snake skin.
Ooh, yes.
Could you imagine like a Python to the Python championship? Because
Oh
that's
God.
exactly what he have, which is terrible because it was his friend. But
Right.
I think he went through like I think he said he's gone through like 20 snakes or something at that time.
Yeah,
Um,
because
it's like
most of them suffocated in the bag.
yeah, because he
He
didn't
opens
know
up the bag.
better.
It's like, oh, here,
Oh, this is
let
not a
go.
good situation. The answer is Jake the Snake's never held a title in the WWE or F. Uh, Roberts was a staple, but he never had a title. Roberts came around 20 years later. Uh, he could see his resume, and he should have won 32 championships, but he never did win one. So that's crazy.
And you would never
Um,
think it that way. He was just always there.
yeah, I could see his resume reading something like 32 WWE championships, 21 heavyweight championships, and 17 intercontinental titles, but he never won anything.
Nope.
Uh, the Summer Blues. It has something to do with Roddy Piper. What do you think?
Uh,
Oh,
is
this is
that
the Summer Blues. That's a pretty. It has
didn't he
something to do
was
with
he in?
Roddy Piper.
Yeah, isn't that like a music video that he was in?
Nope.
No.
He never competed in a match at SummerSlam.
What?
I know, that's crazy. Not only is Piper considered to be one of the best wrestlers to never win a WWE championship, but he couldn't even get a match SummerSlam at any point in his career.
Oh God.
You know what's funny? Isn't SummerSlam when Ronda Rousey actually first showed that she was
Debuted.
coming? Was it
Yeah.
SummerSlam or was it Royal Rumble?
No, SummerSlam. She was in the crowd.
Yeah, so that's funny. Like since she kind of does the Roddy Piper thing, um, that's fun. That's a fun fact I never knew. Okay, singles only, something to do with WrestleMania. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what number that is. XV1.
That would be 16.
WrestleMania 16, singles only. What do you think it has to do with? And
There
again, if you have
wasn't a
no idea,
singles only match in that entire WrestleMania. They were
that
all gimmicks.
that is crazy.
They were all either a Fatal Four, then you had the TLC match, and then you had the Hardcore Battle Royal. Not a single one-on-one match that entire pay-per-view.
Yep, that is definitely true. There were zero matches featuring just two male wrestlers going one on one. There were triple threats, tag team matches, and fatal four ways, but no single matches whatsoever. Triple H was the main event, though, so I guess the pay per view wasn't that weird. Get it because his name is get it because it's Triple H. That's funny.
Yo,
I didn't even make that joke. That was good. All right. All right. So I think we're tied. What do you think? Are you
yeah,
winning? I forget.
no, we're
All right.
tied.
Here we go. So we're gonna do two more. I think. Um, the name game. It has something to do with Kurt and Brock.
The name game. Weren't they contestants on the name game?
I don't think so. Oh, that's funny. In the WWE Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania X1X, whatever that is,
19.
was 19 was the first WrestleMania main event to feature two competitors who used their real names.
Oh God.
19 WrestleManias,
And not a
and
single real name.
that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Let's just go to the number one. There's no reason. This is our last one. You're winning mainly because I'm not answering the questions, which is funny.
But
Um,
it's still fun anyways.
yeah. Oh, this is great. Here it is. Nap time. I'll go first. It has something to do with Andre the Giant. Um, Andre the Giant would take a nap before every single one of his matches because he was extremely hungover at all times.
And you know how many beers it took him to get hungover?
Like 64?
364
Oh wow.
pints. Yeah,
That is crazy. Yeah, I don't know why we're doing wrestling. We're almost done with wrestling, but yeah, we're doing a wrestling quiz today, Brett. So I don't know why, but we just decided that's what we're doing.
there we
Um,
go.
what do you think? What's your answer? That was my answer. See if you can get it right.
I say nap after a match because he overworks himself.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Actually, they talk about this in the Andre the Giant
biopic.
biopic. Any guess?
Or he's actually fallen asleep during a match.
And could you guess who with?
Isn't it?
They talk about it during the biopic. One
Right.
of his most hated people.
Big John Studd?
Yep, he actually fell asleep during a match with Big Tom Stud.
Oh,
You know what?
God.
Andre the Giant can do whatever he wants. If he wants
Yeah.
to fall asleep during a match, you have to figure out a way to make that work. Uh, although there's never been a confirmation for this, it definitely seems like Andre the Giant decided to take a little nap when wrestling stud back in the 80s. I mean, that video is 8 minutes long and it features a front face lock. Yeah, that was it. Just an 8 minute front face lock.
I mean, when you got to go down, you got to go down.
Oh, that's funny. Should we do one more? Or I think we're good.
We're good.
Yeah. Oh, open and close. Undertaker and CM Punk.
Isn't it the first time they brought the urn out since the 90s?
No.
And no.
It is the first time that a wrestling match closed a pay per view and then opened the next one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there's our silly wrestling quiz. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a little longer than it wanted to be. But why are we on the show? Jason, tell us why Kyle's on the show. Jason, when I talked to Kyle, I asked him, hey, what can we do for a better year? I actually didn't ask him that because he's Kyle. I just said, hey, I want to be on the show. And Kyle was like, uh-huh. And I was
Of
like,
course.
cool. And so, but when I asked him in my head, he said, make stuff you love. Because, that's what he does. And why, Kyle? Do you have to make stuff for a better year? Why do you have to make stuff you love?
Well, you got to be happy with yourself before you can make every other person happy. If you're not happy with yourself, there's no point in making anyone else happy because it's just a sham and a lie.
Yeah. It's so important. It's like I have in the past made decisions where they were for other people. One of my good friends, he had a national recording contract and he recorded an album and it flopped. And the reason it flopped is because everybody wanted him to record an album that he had nothing to do with. And because he was a Hispanic country singer, they thought it needed to be a certain way. And he was like, he just did what they said and it flopped. Um, but he always tells me, he goes, if you didn't understand, I did it for everybody else, and if I would have just done what I knew I should have done, I mean, to this now he has a giant fan base, and because he just recorded music for them and didn't worry about it, and so
And I,
yeah, I think, yep,
I feel the same way because in high school, I considered myself a chameleon because I always changed my personalities to fit with the group that I was hanging with that day to the point where I don't even know who I was anymore or who
yeah.
I wanted to be.
No, it's crazy how it goes. It's like you think that it's going to be one thing, but it's another. But and the reason I mention this is because Kyle has his own podcast about Mutant League football because he loves Mutant League football, and now it's the official podcast, which we've already talked about this before. But isn't that insane, Kyle? Like that you just did something you loved, and then now you're the official thing for it.
I mean, when I first started, never in a million years would I thought the guys themselves would have any interest in it.
Yeah,
I just figured they'd be like, oh, it's just another fanboy doing its own thing, whatever. But to actually have them get involved and put their heart and soul into it to help me grow is
yeah.
100%.
Well, it's a great story, and I don't think you think of it. It's like a guy that worked at McDonald's started a podcast, and now the guys that actually run the video about a video game. He didn't start a podcast about something more than one topic. No, he decided to choose the most obscure, weird topic that you could pick, which is a mutant football game that only a small amount of people play, but decided that he wanted to do it. And then not only did he succeed at it, but he actually had the people that created the original game go, no, we want to help you with this. We want to be on your show. That's just so crazy to me.
Which July 11th, they will all be back on my show, including the co-founder Max, who is stationed in Ukraine, and he's going to give us an update on the Ukraine situation live on my podcast.
That is so awesome because they're not talking about that. They bring up that they're that they're that it's produced up there, but it's interesting that you get that kind of
Yeah,
so,
it's co-founded by Max, lives and has his own team in the Ukraine that works side by side with Michael, and he will be giving us an update on his end of the whole production for Mutant Football League 2.
yeah. Oh, so Brett's your friend, Brett
Yeah,
Johnson. Yeah, he was like, "Why
yeah.
are you talking about?" Well, I assume he likes wrestling too, so he's like, "Please talk wrestling." That's funny. Yeah, no, that's really exciting. How have you enjoyed doing season 2 of the show?
Oh, it's fantastic. To know that to talking to the other players, including yourself, like you said, this game is small and it's one of those, am I the only one? And then I branch out, it's like, I'm not the only one. There's other people like me. I have found my people. So I'm actually on a hunt through Twitch, and every time I see Mutant Football League out, I kind of like hunt. It's like, hey, you want to be on a podcast?
Dude, as a person that runs a podcast, how difficult is it to get a guest for your show? It's like,
Right.
please. I mean, I'm not trying to bother you. I know that you have, especially when you have a show that's like yours is more fun because you're actually official.
Yep.
Um, but like still you might go to a guy that has like 100,000 streams, and you're like, will you please be on my
Okay.
podcast? I promise it's fun.
And then they're like, wait, I didn't even know they had a podcast. It's like, well, check out my podcast. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, sure.
yeah.
And then the guys is like, I literally just downloaded this game 5 minutes ago. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Uh, and there's a lot, right? There's a lot of people, when, especially since it has the free demo, that
Yep.
it's a way easier, especially when you're streaming, when you're just trying to do something different. Um, it makes sense to be able to just pop it in. Can't wait for part 2. Are you excited about 2?
Definitely. And I'm okay with them pushing it back a year if it means they're going to clean up all the bugs right off the bat.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, is that even possible to do in the game
Uh,
industry these days?
well,
Um,
no.
yeah, it's like
But
everybody just
considering they
drops a big
have,
pile of poo and be like, "All right, well, this is a game. Please pay me $60. I promise to be good in 3 years.
yeah,
Enjoy."
3 years. Well, the biggest difference that I see is the first one is run by Kickstarter. The second one is run by Profit, which is a lot bigger money fund,
Yeah,
and they have a lot more room to use that money to do what they couldn't do with the first game.
yeah. One it said now one thing I do love about that franchise, and again, I don't think we mentioned it. We're talking about Mutant Football League, right? Is it
Yep.
Mutant Football League? Yeah.
It depends on which one you want to talk
We're talking
about.
about the new one,
Yeah, so it's Mutant Football League, not to be confused with Mutant League Football, which
which
is the
is
Genesis.
the Genesis, which was dope, which
Yeah.
me and you played for many hours. Did I ever mention that I once had the Sega channel? Did we have this conversation?
Yes.
So yes, I used to. And for anybody that knows, this was actually the dopest thing at the time. There was no internet stuff. You couldn't get Steam. There was nothing like that. So what it was, you actually had a cable box hooked up to your Sega that filtered 30 games a month. And you paid a monthly fee, and they had a new game. And I remember every time I already owned it, but I always thought it was cool when Mutant Football would show up on the Sega channel. and it was dope.
Now
But
there are already some questions because they have been interviewed with by IGN and Game Boosters, and I combed, I talk about lore hunting. I combed, and there are some interesting things that I have found that I'm gonna push as far as I can without getting into trouble. It's like we can't talk about that. I just want
well,
to.
please ask before you here. Just as a podcaster, please ask before you record it, so you don't have to spend all that time editing all those out.
Oh no 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 no!
So
I'm going. I'm most definitely gonna be like what I can and cannot do. But there's
yeah,
at least two things
that
that
you
I
want to know.
noticed. It's like I need
That's
to know
funny.
more about what you just said here.
I always laugh when I have a guest on the show. I'm like, you should know. I'm never gonna get you with gotcha journalism. I'm not gonna be like, remember that thing you did in high school? Like, no, we're a funny show. We don't try to do all that. But it's funny how that goes, and it's again. I bet it's like, uh, uh it is a it's a it's a candy store, right? Like it's
Oh
like
yeah.
you get to talk to the people that created this thing that you love with everything you have, and I always love that you have your own character in the game, which is great.
It only
And
cost me about $1,000 to do it.
I refuse to ever pick him up in free agency. So you should know that. Like I'm never picking. There's no Ola Slayer ever going to be on my team, and it does. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Uh,
It's fine. I won't
no,
take it personally.
I don't want it. No, it's a personal attack towards you as a person.
Listen, all I
It's
asked
actually my
for.
bitterness that I did not, because it was from the Kickstarter, right? Is that how you would?
No, I have all the T-shirts, and they've noticed that T-shirts kept on coming my way,
Oh wow.
and I got a message from them. It's like, how many do you need? I said, how many more do you have? And I had like five left, and they're like, I think we need to give you a reward because they're at $20 a pop, and there's 32 teams, and
That's
I got
funny.
all 32 teams,
Well,
and
no, but didn't you have? Didn't you? Did you got in before they had 32 teams, right?
uh, yeah, I got them in before the Lycans
Yeah.
download.
So and it was
Yeah,
also before you did the pod. So that's even more silly because right, if you had the podcast, you would have got your guy anyways. But
right. No,
no,
they messaged me right out of the blue. It's like you've gotten a lot of shirts, haven't you? We've noticed your name on our message boards, and we get the numbers. What do you want? I was like, what do you mean? Well, I got my shirts. It's like, no, no,
I
no.
love this thing. Just let me do my thing.
Exactly. It's like I don't need anything else. It's like, how about in the next update? Because it was right after Dynasty hit. It's like we'll put you. What do you want? What? I like orcs.
That's
I'm
fun.
thinking D&D style, and I was like, I'm an orc guy. Oh, all right. We'll ogre. 72. That was my football number in high school, and screw it, Olaf Slayer because that's my gamer tag anyways. And then they sent me the picture before they released it. It's like, what do you think of this? It's like, dude, that's dope.
Was that like the first thing you did? Was add yourself onto the your dynasty team?
He's always my first draft pick. That
Uh,
and Duke Nukem,
is he was he on a team or was he a free agent? I forget.
free agent.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Duke Nukem. I refuse to get like a guy that's like insanely powerful as a quarterback because it's like you don't have any good receivers, so it's like there's nobody to catch the ball anyway. So it's like it's better to get like a good receiver and then have a whack quarterback. But yeah,
No,
yeah,
all I ask for if two comes out is just a one liner to advertise my podcast.
bro.
Just
Imagine if you could be like, can I be the voice of my own character?
so it's just like Grim Blitz Road just off camera.
Oh,
It's
that
like
would be great. That'd be
it's
awesome.
like I was listening to the podcast the other day and he said something stupid.
That would be so awesome. I
And
would
then you
love.
have him say, "What podcast?" It's like, "Oh, the Kyle Peffers Mutant League Football podcast."
You're like, how much do I have to pay y'all to just do that for me?
I'll do
It's
it for
all
free.
figured
No,
out.
That would be free publicity right there.
No. What I'm saying is, you would pay them to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't tell them that. Oh, guys, don't listen to this show.
So
He wouldn't. He wouldn't pay y'all. We're
nope.
joking. It's funny.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any money.
I I work at Dunkin'. Don't hurt me.
He needs to buy. He needs to buy your new shirts and your new
Right.
logos you're gonna make, because you know they're gonna make all new logos.
Oh
Um,
God, so nasty Mangles are going to be the next team
yeah, that'll be fun.
because they
Um,
weren't supposed to be a team, but Cincinnati decided to, make it all the way this year, and they're like,
yeah,
oh, we actually have to make a team now. Great,
yeah. Well, it's the
because
same thing.
Burrows is actually good.
Like for you, did you ever think they were gonna have the Bills in the game?
No,
No, because they weren't.
because
Because they were terrible all
they
the
were,
time.
yeah, they weren't in the first game. I figured they'd be looked over in the second game, and then you have Josh Allen be like our Lord and Savior here in
Yes,
Western New York.
that's so funny. Um, but yeah, no, I think it's so funny. It's like you just decided you were gonna love this thing and you just did it, and now you get to talk about it and talk about it all the time, and you talk about it with other people that love it as much as you, and you
Yep.
get to interview the creators. Um, like, is there anything else that you would like? You literally just called your shot on this one. Is there anything else that you want to just call your shot on and be like, I'm gonna make this happen too? Because does that ever encourage you to go? I did a thing that many small amount of people did. Um, Bills are still horrible, is
Coming
what
from a
Brett says.
Ravens fan, I expect him to say something like
Oh yeah,
that. He's a
yeah.
Ravens
The
fan.
Bills are still horrible. Brett says. Um, and but yeah, so like it's like you think about that, like you did something really cool. I mean, especially think about high school you or yeah, your high school you,
Yeah,
when you were playing Mutant League football on your Sega Genesis. Did you really think you'd ever get to like talk to Mike?
good God, no. The only reason why I did this podcast in the first place is because it disappeared for 27 years.
Yep.
And yes, I counted every single year, and I'd watch E3 every
Oh,
year, hoping and praying this would be the year.
I would
This is
dream
going to be the
about
year.
this game. I think I've told you this before. I would dream about this game. Like I would be like, "Oh, come on! With the new graphics, there has to be a Mutant League. There has to be. I mean, like perfect. You could like do like a chamber where they rebuild, and you could like do mutants one where you combine them together into different things. I mean, you can do all kinds of cool stuff.
Right.
Um,
And
oh,
again,
why didn't I
hot,
pitch that, dude?
right?
Imagine if you could like, if you could take legs from one character and arms to another character, so you'd be like an orc skeleton.
Now, coming to that, there is when was last on my show last year. There was a proposal to have a created character. That would be how I do my created character.
Me too.
Yeah,
Because it'd be easier than trying to do like your own, like a WWE style, where you have like the really like. Don't get me wrong, that would be sick if they had like a, or like that you saw the new Saints Row creator
yeah,
pack they have. It's like you can just make anything you want. And that'd be dope if you could do that. But I understand animation how that works. That'd be a lot of work. I would be fine with you just giving me
body
a
parts.
werewolf head on a skeleton body.
Yeah,
Just give me
I'm
that.
done. Yep, I'm done. But they're teasing a cheerleading team
I
for
don't.
an all
I,
female
I
team.
don't want that. I don't want that. I don't. I
As
don't
one of
need.
the,
I don't need zombie cheerleaders, dude. That's just not something I want in my life ever. Just like zombie children. I don't. The first time I saw that was like imagine like a little 3-year-old running at you, ready to bite you, and then you have to like kick them or hit them with something.
right?
Yeah, not cool. But then I saw it in a movie and was like, all right, guys, y'all
I get
suck.
it.
I didn't need that in my. I didn't need that in my head. Um,
No,
but yeah, so
uh,
is there anything that you like since you've had this success? Is there any time you're like, man, I wanna shoot my shot one more time?
uh, I don't know because I've been looking at other podcasts, and there's thousands of podcasts that I'm interested in, and it's like I don't want to be stuck in the flow. At least with Mutant Football League, I'm unique still. There's no like I'm a Godzilla fan. There's 4 or 5 YouTube channels dedicated to the lore of Godzilla. All right, I'm a football fan. Everything's football at this point. I'm a gaming fan. Twitch and YouTube galore. So unless I brought it out to live streams or tackle
Ooh,
YouTube,
ooh. Would you? How about a live show?
right? And
Like no,
see,
no, no. I'm talking about like with the audience.
okay,
Imagine being like an E3 and you got to be the panel guy. Not that they don't do E3 anymore, right? But if they did, you could like run the. Imagine running the Mutant League panel.
I would be so down with that.
That would be pretty
Here's
dope.
all of the legends, and then some kid from Western New York.
Yeah, but because of you have it's a thing. So yeah, no, you're right. Wouldn't it be great to be the official Godzilla podcast
Right.
guy? Now you understand that Trey would come and murder you if that happened.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. I wouldn't. He wouldn't actually murder you, but you might disappear if you became the.
See, I can see him being almost a big enough Godzilla fan than I am.
He would be pretty mad. I mean, obviously, somebody more important than both of y'all would lead that. But in general, it would be funny. Like, who would is there somebody that we know that's really famous that's a Godzilla fan? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
Because
know.
again, that was one of those 90s geek things where I just kept to myself and was bottled into because I was the only one and I was going to be nerfed out and de dissected horribly because I was a Godzilla fan.
Wow.
So the resurgence of 2014 is like, hey, I'm alive, I exist.
That's so funny. Oh, before we end our conversation, I did want to bring up we are definitely going to talk. If you're a Marvel fan and haven't watched Doctor Strange 2, we're going to do some spoilers. Hopefully not, but I just wanted Kyle's opinion of Doctor Strange 2.
Oh, of course.
What do
No,
you
but
think?
I what going off topic a little bit. Did you see the golf battle with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought you were
There
talking
was
about
a
the whole live thing.
well, what happened was it was a charity golf event, and originally they pit Josh Allen and Tom Brady as a team. There was enough outrage by the community here in Western New York to say, how dare you team those two up, that they actually switched the team space to Holmes and Allen versus Rodgers and Brady,
That's
just because
crazy.
us Buffalo Bills fans were so, how dare you put Brady next to our leader and get that stink off of.
Yeah, well, and it's like, how many times has the New England Patriots destroyed your life? Why
Right.
would you want to consider that ever? Um, yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's no, I did not hear about that. Were you one of the people that were like totally like this is crazy?
Yeah, of course. It would be like Jim Kelly teaming up with Troy Aikman in the 90s. No, you just don't do these things.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Oh, there you go. All right.
You found what you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm putting together this question of the day.
Oh, okay.
So,
There you go.
um, oh yeah, Doctor Strange too.
Yes,
Opinion.
it was good.
So,
I
like,
like
would
Spider
you?
Man better.
Sure. Now, Did you like Evil Dead and all that stuff? All the Sam Raimi movies?
Yeah, that's all it basically was, is a
Yeah.
Marvel's Evil
Well,
Dead.
did you ever watch Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was totally reminded of Army of Darkness the whole time. Like somebody at the end of the movie. There's a CGI effect that everybody's complaining about, and I was like, I thought that was just an ode to Army of Darkness, or Evil Dead because like they had cool CGI effects that were not awesome, but that was the whole point.
Point.
Like it was
Brought back
like
the 80s horror.
yeah,
Even the cameos were homage to Sammy Raimi old movies.
yep, yeah, I know. And I tell you though, I where can I get some pizza balls?
Yes,
I need what was the character name? Uh, Pizza Papa.
Pizza Papa.
I need
Yep.
Pizza Papa to make me some of those. Like I don't know how that would be possible. Like oh, I guess if you put yeah, I don't know how that's possible. I guess if you had like it on a if you made like a pizza, but it was on like like
Because you
a
made it like a
skewer.
hot dog, like one of those hot dog carts. Like they were soaking in water type feeling when he was making them. It was gross but intriguing at the same time.
Yeah, well, how do you make a spear that's covered in cheese?
Right.
That's melted. So the only way I can imagine is if you did it like if you did it like a shawarma situation
Oh God.
because it goes around in circles. So in theory, it would heat it all at one time very quickly. And so you would have, but how do you eat a big gooey ball of cheese? Like I can imagine a fried pizza ball, but like a don't understand. Yeah,
It's
but it,
boiled pizza ball.
yeah,
Now, one of the main gripes that I've been hearing on my end is it felt rushed. Did you feel that way? I really didn't.
I think people wanted it to be. I think we're gonna get uh, a really crazy multiverse situation that's gonna explain the Phase Four at the end of this because it doesn't at this point it makes no sense what they're doing. Um, like
Unless they're
with
going to Secret Wars. That's the only route that they're going for.
yeah, but I mean
But
like
that's like going to be like 15 more movies.
yeah, but like how does the Eternals fit in there? How does the oh yeah, sorry, spoilers about Eternals now. How does the Celestial end up in there? Is it really our world or is it a different one? You know what I'm saying? Or is it a different timeline or what is it? What are we looking at? Because I think it's not I don't think it's what we think it is.
Right.
I think it's like something totally different happening. Same thing with like did you notice how like even like Moon Knight had nothing really to do with any other stuff. So how do people if there were giant like it's just like all these things that are happening, but nobody's responding to it. And I understand it's a movie, but it's like, come on, guys, if like a giant if a giant guy pops out of the earth, you think somebody would go check it out, you know?
Right.
But nobody does. Nobody's like, oh, or a giant Egyptian god shows up in the middle of Egypt. You think somebody would fly over there and check on it?
I agree.
But
And
yeah,
do you believe the villain that was portrayed in the movie was the true villain, or because I feel it's a twist? The
and
villain wasn't who we all think it is.
oh, you mean Strange, Doctor
Yeah.
Strange?
Do you think they were right?
Yeah, uh,
Because I'm convinced that they are right.
yeah. I don't know. I I honestly have no idea where it goes, and I'm fine with it because I think that it did its story. I thought it was entertaining. Yeah, it was not as good as Spider Man.
Which
Uh,
was probably one of the greatest Marvel movies in recent memory.
sure. I mean, I'm always gonna say Iron Man is the best
Yeah.
because when I watched Iron Man, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a thing. Um, and I just think it probably because it was the first real one. And there were
Yeah.
other ones, but it was just like obviously it was a different thing. And you know, because I definitely
Well, I
watched
think
all the
it's more the other
X Men
ones
movie.
weren't meant for continuation. They were one offs.
Yeah,
Iron Man was the first true, here you go.
yeah, we're gonna get this guy for the next 20 years thing.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, I think it's that time, Kyle.
Sounds good.
You have to ask me what time.
What time are you talking about?
I think it's time for me to tell you that your beard's growing in nicely.
Yes.
Trey would be very impressed by your beard. You need to get yourself some new oil to clean that bad boy up to make it even better. So
Sherwood is what I use.
sure would. Have you ever? You need to check into some Boss Man brand.
Boss man.
They have
Uh,
they have beard jelly.
okay.
So it's like oil, but it's jelly form,
Okay.
and it's awesome.
Oh,
It doesn't really control. It's just oil, but I don't know. It makes you feel like you put it in. You know, oil. You're like, did I get it everywhere in my beard? I don't really know.
yeah. That's what the problem I have right now is. It's like a cream oil, and I'm like rubbing it in, and it's like, do I stop? Do I keep going?
Yeah. So the jelly, you actually know you're in, and it's that sounds terrible. uh,
Oh, we went
oh
there.
yeah. I may ask. Let's see if this is a good blade. Um, yeah,
No.
yeah. Well, see, that was the
Yes and
problem.
no.
That was the problem I had with I was saying, well, maybe the Eternals is in a different universe, but Blade is in the Eternals, so I was like, or 10 seconds. But
Spoiler.
spoilers, I already said that. I already said that for Eternals, so um, in general, it's like if it is another universe, I don't want that because I want Blade because I love Blade, and yeah, the Blade movies, but the Blade movies were a different thing. They just didn't feel the same way
It's like trying to
as
throw Spawn into the whole space
yeah.
situation.
It just didn't feel. Oh no, the first Blade movie, it didn't feel like Iron Man did. Like it just Iron Man felt just totally different. Like I don't know. It just felt like I just remember leaving the movie going, "That was an amazing movie." As a guy that loves movies, I love the Blade movies. I even like the third Blade movie, but in general, I don't know. It's just a different thing. See, the other trick with it is Blade was like a vampire movie. We already seen vampire movies, and so it was like a vampire movie. Yeah, the original Blade.
Yeah.
Um, Nice. Jaime, for his beard oil, he uses his wife's leave-in conditioner. Oh, I bet that makes your beard nice and soft, brother.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I said that. Boss Man has a nice leave-in. But yeah, no, that's what I just realized that's what you were talking about, and so now I transitioned to the original Blade. Um, but yeah, it didn't feel the same way as Iron Man did, at least for me, because I think it was the first true superhero movie, like to make me feel like a superhero movie. You know what I'm saying? Because X Men was mutants. I don't know. It just that's my opinion.
Right. And I would like. I don't know how I feel about Deadpool joining the MCU. I
I
don't know
thought
if he's going to fit. I don't know if he's going to fit. Where is he going to go? What is he going to do? Sure, we're going to get Deadpool 3, but how are you going to throw him in with everything else?
uh, yeah, no, I agree. No, that's what I'm saying. I understand that he was a B-lister, but it was that movie was an amazing movie. Like I left that movie going, that was an amazing movie, even though there are definitely better superheroes than Iron Man. And as I said, there's X Men and Blade and all that stuff that happened before him. Uh, did the Hulk movie happen before Iron Man or right after Iron Man?
Right
The original one.
after
Yeah.
2008 was the Edward Norton version. He was
No, no,
supposed
I'm
to
talking
be.
about the one before it was 2005, I think, the Eric Bana one.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but
But
that one, I remember being excited to go see it, but then I remember watching it going, poodles? What's going on here? Um, but yeah, no, I agree. But I'm saying I left the movie going, that was
well,
an amazing superhero movie, and I don't think I'd seen that before. Like a real, I mean, I can name tons of superhero movies. I don't know. That's just how I felt when I watched it. It's still my favorite. Though there
Iron
are
Man
movies I like more.
Iron Man
But
to me was the first time Marvel competed against the likes of Batman and DC.
yeah,
Here's a guy who had no superpowers, has a crap ton of money and is going to save the world single handedly.
Yeah, again, there was Batman, all those things. I loved all the Batman movies, but it felt different, and maybe because they had moved it so cartoony at the end of right before all the things were very cartoony, all the Batmans and all that jazz. So I don't know. All right, so it's that time. It is. I have this thing to press. Um, it is time for question of the
Woohoo!
day. I have these new things. Check it out. Boom. They're the old ones, but now they're like full length video,
Okay.
which is something that they didn't do before. It's a new way that StreamYard just changed up their game. So, uh, yeah, pretty cool.
You're actually getting
So,
your money's worth now.
yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. So, you used to only be able to do GIFs, and now you can like do short videos, and they can pop up like that. And they can loop, so you can actually loop those if you want,
Sweet.
which is cool. So, anyways, it is time for question of the day. The question from I Green God is I have a two-parter because the second one is better than the first one, but the first one is fine. How do you relax after a hard day at work?
I take a nap.
Take a nap. I haven't had a real day at work of for the last 5 years. So, but a hard day hanging out with my kids. Go to the movies. Uh, yeah, if I can without them. But that doesn't actually happen. But
Because
you know what?
usually I'm up at 3:30 in the morning to be at Dunkin' at 4, and then I work all the way to noon, maybe 1 o'clock. Come home,
Take a
crash
nap.
for 2 hours. Then
There you go. All
I'm
right.
good for the rest of the afternoon.
Our our really awesome one is: what age do you wish you could be permanently? That's a hard one.
31.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to be in my 20s again.
No, and I
I
still have
definitely
all my
don't.
body parts in 31.
I don't want to be a teenager.
Nope.
But I also don't want to be in my 40s where everything hurts all the
Right.
time. Um, so yeah, I think 30s is good. I think that's a good Highlander age. That's usually what the guys in Highlander were, except
Yep.
for Sean McConnery. Um, but in general, most of the guys are in their 30s.
Right.
Uh,
And
so
Sean Connery is a god anyway, so he goes without saying.
yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
But if we had to say funny, I don't have one. I wish I had a
No.
funny answer. I don't.
69.
Wow, Kyle.
Yeah.
um,
Listen, you brought the jelly. I'm bringing in the
yeah,
fun.
that's my bad. I did do the jelly. Now it's time for me to make up a rap of whatever you want. What would you like your rap song to be about today, Kyle?
Mutants, Iron Man, and Eternals.
All right, is this going to be a story? Is this is there something happening between these people? Or have the Eternals and Marvel joined Mutant League Football and there's going to be a game?
There you go.
All right. And I'm going to describe the game, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is going to be terrible. I'll try my hardest. Um, okay. I mean, I did it. I did it to myself. I'm the one that said this. So, all right. All right. So we're going to tell a football story, Mutant League football story, but with the Marvel universe, with the MCU added, right?
Exactly.
All right. Let me see if I got a good track here. What do you think? Just tell me when you like one. Ooh, I like this one. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Now here's a little story about the Mutant League. No. All right, here we go.
There you go.
Hey, yeah.
Now, here's a little mutant football story that I'm going to tell you about this. One time, Iron Man got his own team and he tried, only if he couldn't make it down, then he had to die. Yeah, Bones Jackson just knocked him down. He was playing linebacker, he was feeling the sound. He had a little run back too, but there was nothing that Scarlet could do because she was straight jumping out of the place. The Scarlet Witch couldn't even feel this race. Not Scarlett Johansson, but she's dope too. Don't forget about the black. Yeah, that's true. The Black Widow looking at me silly, and she don't know. But how she getting attacked by Olaf Slayer, bro? In the little game, I could never go away. They just ripped off somebody's head. That's messed up today. I'm not really sure what's going on. Mutant League football to the night for the zone. Mutant League football. Football League. I always mess that up if I cannot see a. But then we got Kyle just chilling out. He's sitting in the booth. He's filling out route. He's like saying, oh, this is a nice game. And for some reason, we're all going insane. And the Eternals are just chilling through with a girl that turns everything into cool things, dude. And don't forget about the other one. I don't remember any of their names, son. That's okay. All I know is that Blade was in that part, so I'm ruining it with the spoiler. Don't start. Only if we had a little time to go. Looking back down like Nukem, yo. Duke Nukem, I could sook them and brook them. Only if you knew the sometimes of the toque, then. I don't understand what was the original Infinity Gem? I don't know. What was that talking about? I'm not sure, Jaime. If I turn it out, I know my day is all the same. Let's see if I can change up my voice and lose it away. Hey, I gotta say that it's ill. I'm sitting here pretending like I'm everything real. Not pretending like it's all the same. Kyle, does that sound weird when I rap today? Hey,
Oh, yeah.
like a monster I never see. You're like, oh, I get it, town. I see with the little mutants trying to destroy me. I don't even know what I'm gonna see. It's like this, out of my mind and gotta feel right. Only if I can't pretend. Oh, tight. Oh. That was pretty bad. I'm sorry. Didn't mean mess up and be sad. Only if I can't pretend to get it through. Now, Thanos, for some reason, was playing football, too. He was like, I'm going to get that Bones Jackson. He runs at him, and then his arm gets ripped off fashion. There's no more gauntlet. You want to be something like this, you stop it. And then I'm looking back for my light, for my time. I don't even know what I'm saying, and then I rhyme. Oh, but I never see the same. Oh, now I gotta run this way. And then I talk about it. Only if I can't be, we could be mutants in the mutant LG, but there's no mutants in this game? What the heck? That doesn't make any sense. If Professor X was in it today, would he be in his chair? Only if he can't break it down? Swear. Oh, back to Madness Part 2. Doctor Strange, what the heck are they doing, dude? Killing everybody. I was about to cry. I wasn't even sure what was going on or why. Yes, this is a spoiler rap song. I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm doing. I got a party because I'm looking for it. But at least it's not Eric Mana and his stupid little Hulk with the panna. Little panels that they had there. That was cool. Only thing cool in that movie was that the original Hulk was in it. And I don't even know what I'm saying. If I can't sit it, the Soul Gem was the first, and then the rest came out of it. Oh, I see. Only if I can't pretend to see bomb, but Jaime's like, oh, giving me real lie. Why did they not even come up? I don't know. When did we talk about the Infinity Gem? I don't know. Only if I rap just a little bit. Let's talk about some political things. I'm just playing, kid. I don't do that when I rap. I only look back and then I gotta react to better facts. I guess I'm done. I gotta be that change of Saul Paul to the sun. And we got my lightsabers behind me and my cool little light Millennium Falcon bee that lights up. But I always forget to turn it on only if I can't reminisce. So many little fights to bro. Then we get those aliens that spin around, yo. I guess that's my song. Is there anything else I should say, Olaf?
No, you're good.
Yep. I feel like that's cool. Listen to his podcast. It's so cool. The official MFL. Only if I can't break it down. Well, no, but I guess I'm done rapping. My wife's coming in with my daughter in faction. I don't even know. Does she have clothes on? No, she doesn't. Anyways, that's the song, bro. Wrong button. There you go. There you go, Kyle. I hope you enjoyed
Sweet.
my rap today. It's not as cool without Trey, but thank you so much for making the time to hang out. Make sure anybody that you're listening to the show, please come check us out live on Mondays at 8 p.m. CST on YouTube, on Facebook, everywhere else that you can find podcasts, or on Twitch. That's where you can find those. But if you're looking for the podcast that you're listening to right now, it's everywhere you find podcasts. It's Flows, the number 4, the letter U, and there's normally not a bit crying baby.
but that's what's happening right now. And if you're looking for a new website, make sure you go to nomadweb.design for your amazing website needs. They took care of our website at flows for you, the number four, the letter u.com. So please, please, please go check that out. Um, I can't think of anything else that I need to promote. Oh, if you want to be on the show or if you have any ideas on who we should ask, send us an email at flowsforyoupod@gmail.com or go to our website at flowsforyou.com and just go to right to our contacts us. Send us an email and say, yo, put Kyle on every episode. Sweet. Kyle, you can't send that email. I'll notice you. But in general, that's what you can do. And all right, now we have a bit that normally works for Trey, but I guess we'll do it for you and me. It's going to be a therapy session, and you're going to be my therapy coach. And whatever you say about me, I have to say yes to. So you're going to ask me 3 questions, and I have to answer them without messing up. Sounds good. And this
So,
will be our close. And let me get you some music here. All right, let's go.
when did you realize you were a Star Trek fan over Star Wars?
Well, I was watching The Rise of Skywalker, and I realized it was terrible, and that at least Spock wouldn't let me down, and so I went and watched Discovery and the other ones, and realized that yeah, they're way better than Luke or Leia or any of those people. Obviously, you see my collection of phasers behind me. Star Wars is just not important to me.
Oh, that's good to hear that you finally have been able to let yourself out that way. Next question I have to you is when did you realize that Iron Man just wasn't going to cut it out for the Justice League? So he had to go make his own group because he couldn't just make it out for the Justice League.
Well, um, you know, if I could be honest, I at some point didn't realize that the Justice League and Marvel, that Justice League and Iron Man couldn't meet each other. And I'm glad that you're bringing this out to show my stupidity, and I appreciate that. Um, but I didn't know that they wouldn't get to hang out, so I just imagined that Iron Man would just be hanging out with Superman, and it wasn't until I realized that Iron Man wasn't on DC. But at the time, I didn't know. So
Oh,
yeah, it was hard. It was a hard week last week, and I don't like that you brought it up.
I'm sorry
So,
that these scabs keep on coming out. So, when did you become a Detroit Lions fan?
well, you know, the truth is that I mean, my favorite part of Thanksgiving is watching those Lions play at 11 o'clock. It's just a part of the. It's just, I mean, you know what? It's been a part of my life, my whole life, and that's what I look for every Thanksgiving.
Those,
Is that amazing Detroit game? It's with those amazing with those amazing players like or Gutowski and Smith. So uh, yeah, no, it's been my whole life. I love those Leon, those Detroit Leons. Um, yeah. So thank you for bringing this up. I can't wait to our next session. And thank you, everybody else. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for spending an hour and 15 minutes with me and Kyle. If you were like, what is this? Well, I normally have a co-host, and he's a beatboxer, and it's even cooler than this episode. So please check us out next week. Actually, I don't think we have an episode next week.
oh boy.
So it is July 4th. So I might be able to pull up one, but we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure we're not going to have one episode because I'll be in Austin. But we'll see what happens. So if somebody really wants to be my July the 4th, hit me up and I'll see what we can do. But until next time, hasta la pasta, everybody. Kyle, do you want to pitch anything?
Just check out my podcast, the official Mutant Football League podcast hosted by me on Spotify, Odyssey, and Anchor. And check out my store. I will have official merchandise podcast that's in the link with the podcast itself.
I've decided I'm going to give you an awesome merch thing for you. Is that you should just have a picture of your face getting with like a big orc step, and it has like 72, like it's like Olaf Slayer stepped on your face.
Oh, that's sweet.
I could probably design that for you. You just have to send me a good picture of you. And but anyways,
I
that'd
will.
be funny. Yeah, like the blood spots where the cleats hit you.
Right.
That'd be funny. It's just like imagine walking around and like just walking around your hometown and just see somebody with your face on their chest. That was the weirdest thing. You'd be like, "Will you listen to my silly podcast?" Okay. But thank you guys for checking it out. See y'all next week. I'm trying to find the button. And have a great day. Peace.
Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh.